Okay, so let's see. I think we left off at where the patients will receive the bill. Oh, when we send the claims to the patients. Okay, so here next to the print 1500 button, we click reports. We normally, there's different types of forms that we can send to the patient. Normally, we like to do just a statement with diagnosis. We keep it pretty simple. But you can always play around with the um, different formats. But okay, so just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like for the patient. Let's see, give it some time to load. It's actually taking longer than usual, but yeah. Okay, we'll get back to that. That just reminded me, so I can actually show you what it looks like for the 1500 form. I guess all we have to do is just do the print preview. And so if you could see here, all the information is here, and it looks like the just a blank sheet of paper with all the information, but this is where the CMS 1500 form comes in handy. It basically is just a pre-printed form, and after using the software, all this information will be in the correct spots and boxes. So here we have the claim address where we're going to send it to the insurance. Here's the patient's information. This X right here is where we checked the type of insurance, and if you remember, we used Medicare as an example. Then we have the doctor's information right here is his name, NPI number. Here would be the diagnosis. Over here is the date of service. Here's the procedure code. How many diagnoses the patient came in for, and the charge right here, and the NPI number again. And lastly, here's the tax ID number for the doctor. Here is the facility or the place of service that the patient was seen at, and here is the billing facility. Okay, so let's take a look at the reports so that we can see what the bills sent to patients look like. Well, there we go. Alright, so check it out here. We have the date of service. No, actually today's date. The date of service will go right here. So if they, this will show all the unpaid claims. This will show the charge for that date, the type of service, their copay, if they had any, and their running balance, which will be totaled up at the bottom. Alright, that about does it, I believe. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Okay, so once these bills are sent out to insurance companies and patients, we receive a statement back. Is basically called the explanation of benefits. Now, what that is basically they acknowledge that they received the claim, and they give us they pay the doctor money. Or it gets denied. In the case that it gets denied, we just have to go through this process again, see what went wrong, and send it back out. But when it goes well and money does come in, next to the box called charge is the applied amount. That's where we're gonna be inputting the information. So this kind of acts as like an accounting, some form of accounting or bookkeeping thing. So okay, here's where the copay of the patient would go. We have normally it's about $20 to $30, or it could be more, it could be less. The date that the payment was received, and this is where the insurance money would be inputted. Here we would also put the date too. Oops. For example, just put that in, and so here it actually totals up the amount that was given and what the remaining balance is. Let's see, I may have put too high of a number. So with their copay and the money that the insurance paid, that still leaves a $12 balance, which in most cases we just write off. The patient paid off what they needed to, insurance paid what they needed to, and so that $12 we're just gonna waive that. So we go ahead and close it. And so just to give you an idea of what this will look like, let's say, so the patient had two visits to the doctor. It was paid for the first one. Second one was, let's say, it's pending or it did not get paid for whatever reason. So we would have to bill the patient for that second day. Let's go ahead and preview that one again. Sometime today. Alright, there we go. So if you can see here, remember the first data service was 12.3, and now we're using 12.5, but the one for 12.3 was completely canceled, or it just doesn't show up here because that was already done and over with. And so the remaining balance here now is just for that one data service. So this is a good tool to just keep track of what went out and what is coming in. It's definitely useful, so that if there are any unpaid balances, we can always just go back and bill it again to see what went wrong. Okay, that's about it. Thank you.